Okay, good morning. This is Kelly AG, and I am here doing my Facebook Live, the coffee and cards. This is a class to go if you place a qualifying order. So I'll share that information with you in just a second. I am just going to just check to make sure that I'm actually live. And let's see. Sometimes I gotta refresh the page, and I'd like to see that I'm centered and everything. So if you didn't grab your coffee or tea or whatever you drink, water, you might want to grab it. And let's see, I gotta make sure. Okay, that my volume is off. So, all right. I think I am good. So if you're here joining me live, please say hello. I'd like to know that you're here. I don't know why my paper's not sticking there. But today, what I'm going to show you is we're going to be making these 2 fun fold cards and another tag, but I'm going to do something a little bit different than this because this seems really busy. But anywho, good morning, Carol. If you're not done with all your Christmas cards yet, hopefully this will give you a couple of ideas. This one's a little more time consuming, but for someone special, it's really cool. So I'm gonna move my coffee here so I don't spill it on my computer. And I got my computer, it had to update again, so that's why it was so pokey last week. But I'm still running my adhesive sale. To get this price though, you have to get everything that's in each of the kits. Okay, so you're saving 20%. But if you're interested in this, just shoot me a text, email, message, whatever, okay? And then we'll get that ordered for you. And then I posted for my class next month up north, but I'm doing the same class for my card club, and I just love these. Absolutely love them. I had the paper, but I didn't have the stamp set and the dies, so I thought I'm just going to work with what I got with the paper, basically. So I'm going to send out information about the card club, probably, I would say tonight. I'm hoping tonight or tomorrow, so I'll get that out. But anyways, so Carol, I'm glad you're joining me. Did you guys get a lot of snow over there? We got a couple inches, but I think Gaylord got more than us, like always. So, but anywho, okay, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to we are using the Winter Meadow paper, which I just absolutely love. I ended up getting another couple packs of this. It's probably my favorite paper this year. So, and I believe that's still available, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So we'll do this card first, and I must use tape on this because I didn't get it to the edge, but I'm going to use glue. So I really like this, except I wasn't crazy about the front. So what I'm going to do is I had used the Pretty Peacock and the Moody Mauve, you know, so it matches this. But we're going to try, I had gotten my blueberry bushel out, and I'm going to try something a little bit different. I got my little cheat sheet. See, I made a card with this before. I really liked it. So, okay. So we will get started with this part. So this will be completely different, okay? So I'll give you a couple ideas. But this is 5.5 by 10.25. So what I'm going to do is we're going to score it, or not, yeah, score it at 1.5. I don't know what is with my setup today, but I feel like my camera stand is going to fall down. I don't know why. But, okay, so 1.5, 3 inches, 4.5, and then 6 inches. And what you're doing is every, gotta get that out of there, every 1.5 inches, okay? You're gonna score it. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna put it at the 1 inch mark here on the other side of your blade and make sure it's lined up. And you're gonna take your the cutting blade, and you're going to go from 1.5 inches to 6 inches. So you're also going to want to make sure you got your piece here. So this is the part that is scored at 1.5, 3, 4.5, and then 6. So there's your 6-inch line, okay? So you're going to flip it over and line it back up at the 1 inch. And you're going to go from, and you can tell 6 inches. That's why I put like a piece of score tape under here, and I didn't peel off the back, but it makes it easier for it to see your mark. So you're going to go from 1 inch to 6 inches. And when I lift this up, I never move my paper so I can double check that I went far enough, okay? And then we're going to cut the designer paper right away. So this is a 6x6 piece, and kind of decide which way the pattern goes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut at 1 1/4 down. Okay, let me just make sure I'm doing that right. Okay, so 1 1/4, and then another piece at 1 1/4. I'm just going to set these aside for a second. And then this piece, I'm going to cut off at 5 1/4. So I'll have a little 3/4 of an inch piece. Okay? And save that because I put that on the inside. And then you will go ahead and cut 1 1/4. And then this last piece should be 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So you got a piece that is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then these pieces, which is 1 1/4 by 6, right at this point, you're going to cut, and I'm just putting them both together. You're going to go ahead and cut them at 3 1/4. Okay. So you'll have that. And then I'm going to just go and cut these at 3/4 of an inch. So you will need 6 of these. So you hardly have any, oops, let me make sure I'm at 3/4. Is that a 1/2 inch? Hopefully I didn't cut that one too short. I don't think I did. No. And then another 3/4 of an inch. So I don't know if you watched my other video, but this is all the waste that you have. So not bad for that card, okay? So we're going to take and fold this, and I think the easiest is just to fold it where the 6-inch score line is. And then I just fold it all back, increase it. Good. And it will go. And then you can take in, you know, it's kind of good to like crease this from both ways. I find a little bit easier to work with then. So these two will come down. So you're going to be pushing these two down, okay? Or no, I'm sorry, out, because you want this to go. Let's see. Let's just go back and, so this will be the front. And then you got that piece that will be with the front. So we're going to, I would just probably take and crease these both ways, then you can move them how you want. So I'm going to bring that in here. So this piece here, you're going to have a 2.5 by 3 1/4, And once you put your designer paper down, that's actually going to fit in there and hold this part together. So let's just go ahead and glue this. So I'm going to take my one piece that is the 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Now you could use either side of this depending on how you want to do it, but I'm just going to add that right to the front. Once we get done with the card, I'll pop it back up again so you can see. And then the next thing you will have is a piece of, this is 5 1/4 by 8, and it's scored at 4 inches. Oh geez, I didn't cut that off, I guess. Let's see. I still got the 8 1/2, but I had to cut a 1/2 inch off. I knew I was going to forget to do that. I don't know why. Yeah, so that's 4 inches. Oh no, I cut that too short. Oh, darn it. Let's see. Do I got another sheet of white handy? Hang on a second, because I want to get that right. I want to get the, let me grab another sheet of white. I think I scored it wrong or something. So what we need, I guess we all do that, right? I just grab it another white so it's handy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut this at, what did I do with my directions? This is 5 1/4 by 8. Okay. So we will do, I thought I had cut it. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know. So you're just taking off that little 1/2 inch. I guess that's what I thought I didn't do, but I must have and did it wrong. Let's see. So we will score this at 4 inches. I like having my nails painted, but boy, do they get, my polish seems to get on my paper quite a bit. So, all right, there. So that will go on here. But what I'm going to do is stamp this first. And I am going to use, and you know what, I didn't get the blueberry bushel out, but I think I am going to use, which color do I want? That is that. I think I'm going to use, or did I get it out? I did get it out. Oh, it's been a long morning. So let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stamp the inside. I'm just going to move just to find my stamps. And I'm using that stamp set, the Magical Metal, I think it is. So, oof, I got a lot of ink on that. Probably too much. Okay, what I'm going to do though now is, did I cut that out? I'm going to stamp my winter wishes on here. I didn't like how the front was so flat. I think I had pressed too hard into the ink. That's better. Okay, let's clean that up. And I'm going to close this up. Okay. So, let's go ahead and glue this in. Hopefully that's dry. And you want to make sure that this is really glued down good, okay? So if you're unable to watch live, let me know if you are watching the replay as well. It's always nice to know, or on YouTube, and I appreciate you sharing. Okay, so that's going on right in the center there. That looks nice. And on this one, I actually stamped this leaf over there, but I should have stamped off one more time, like do the 3rd generation, not the 2nd. So I'm just going to leave this, and then that extra little piece that you had, I'm going to put in here, and I think I'm going to use the blue side. And then we'll get the, and it doesn't go all the way across, but if you kind of center it, it looks nice. And you can add it either on the bottom or even on the top. Okay, so now with this piece is going to go on here, but I'm going to wait a minute before I put that one on because I want to do my front first. So let's just get these other little pieces in. So we're going to put these two pieces here. And I'm not sure if I want to do the blue. Let me see how this looks. And then you got these 6 little pieces, which would be, I think I would do the blue here versus that, and then the blue. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is the blue there. It's nice when you have like paper that goes together when you use one side or the other. I had made this card with the sending cheer, I think it was, and I really liked how that turned out. Okay, so you just kind of want to make sure you get everything even. So these pieces I'm just going to put on here, and I don't think it really matters. I mean, if you had like a certain design that had to go definitely one way or the other, but I don't think with these it's so bad. Okay. I love the blueberry bush. I'm so glad that they came back with that. Some of our favorite colors. With the big sale, they a lot of our paper was back ordered, but it'll be coming back in stock. This card does take a little bit longer just to put the pieces in order, but if you cut it all and kind of, I don't want to say mass produce, but if you really wanted to, you could. But I think making it for someone special is nice. Okay, that's looking good. Now before I add the front, which will go on here, I'm just going to lay down, I kind of cut a few things out instead of stamping on here, so I'm not sure if that's what I want to do or if I want to just add, let's see, add a little bit here. I had cut out a couple of things, so, and I can cut some of this twiggy stuff off, but I kind of like to add it like that too, so I'm not sure. But I was going to do that before I added wherever my winter wishes is. Let me see. And then we'll add that paper. So I just wanted to see how that looks. You know, I think what I'm going to do is, and I think I'm going to stamp that on there, the leaf part, and then I'll add the berries. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to use the Lost Lagoon. I can't really tell. That's more of like, not a garden green, but I'm going to use this anyways. So let me see. I need a scrap piece of paper. I guess I'll just use this. So what I like to do is, on my little paper, is I like to kind of come in from different angles. And I think that's going to be good. I don't want to overdo it. So I just use Lost Lagoon for that. Sorry I dropped it, that was kind of loud. So what I'm going to do now is this little square will go right on here, and then we'll add some berries, and pretty soon our new little mini catalog is going to come out. We'll be able to pre-order demonstrators, and if you're not a demo, then you gotta wait till January, but okay, I'm just gonna add these on here. I actually got 3 of these cut out. I'm not sure I'm gonna do all 3. Just gotta be careful not to put them up higher. Okay, and then I got one more, which I may add right there on the bottom. Let me see, I didn't get enough little glue, or it's just not pressed down enough. Okay. All right, hi Donna. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take and glue this down. So I gotta be careful because this will bend that way, so I don't wanna put it too far. So I'm just going to go right there. And then the winter wishes I will pop up. And then we'll finish putting that last piece on. There. That's pretty. I like that. I actually like this better than that card, I think. So a trick for this, what I found is, let's see, that will bend. I always get this so confused. Let me fix this the way it should be. That will be that way. There. So it's going to be like, this first one will go down. Sorry, they keep flopping on me. Okay, once you fold it right, and then you can kind of go ahead and press your lines again. So it's supposed to be like that, okay? So this piece will fit here, and what I try to do is have the white the same on both sides. So that's why I wait to put this down now. So I'm just going to kind of put that there, and I think there was about like maybe about a 1/4 of an inch or so. And it goes from the top to the bottom. Just make sure it's even. Yep, I think that's pretty good. So you can kind of eyeball it up a little bit. And then since I stamped these, I could put these right here. And I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to put that down there. Just to kind of fill that in. I always said you could put a gift card here. So I'm going to snip a little bit of this off and just put that coming down. Let's see. I didn't cut that very even. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a nice clean cut. Get that little off there. Okay. I guess you could kind of glue this down and then trim it, but we're just going to go just like that. And then we're using all that. What do you think? Thank you, Donna. I really liked how this turned out. And then I got some embellishments. So let's see where those are. I got everything all over. So since I did a different color, I'm not going to add the green, I don't think. I might actually add this darker one. So let's see. I'm going to put one right there. Wonder if we just do it on both sides. I'm not sure if I like that. So put one there. These are so big. I almost wish they were a tad bit smaller. So let's just do one. No, I don't know. I guess there, just to kind of fill that little corner in. Okay, so this is the other card. So it's got that fold in there. I mean, how cool is that? Usually I don't decorate this. Like I said, you could put a gift card there. So this is how it folds. So you got your mountain, valley, mountain, and then your valley. And then on this one, you got your valley and then your mountain, okay? So, but you can mail them in just fine. They're a little thicker, but which one do you like better? Do you like the pretty peacock one or the blueberry bushel? I think I actually like the blueberry bushel one better, and I like that I cut them out better, something different. So, okay, that was the first project. So then, lots of ideas here. So we'll do the second card, which is here, and I really am pleased at how this one turned out. I at first didn't have the Moody Mauve berries in there, but I think it needed it. So we got, I did 4 1/4 by 11, scored it at 5 1/2, and then I cut off 2 3/4 off that front. And then we got this piece, which is 3 1/4 by, I think, yeah, 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Okay, so we got layers here. We got our 4 by 5 1/4, and then I did a 1/4 inch shorter. So I'm going to glue that down. That's going to be for the inside. Yeah, I like the blue one better too. So Donna, I know you have this set. Have you been playing with it, or haven't had time, or I'm just kind of, it's been crazy busy, so. All right. So I'm going to glue this down to the inside. And then for the front, that was 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this piece is, that's for the inside, I'm sorry. This piece is 2 1/2 by 3 3, or by 4. And then I cut that just a 1/4 inch shorter. So we got 2 1/2 by 4, and then this is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. I had an order for Christmas cards, and I had bought some of my tape refills. Well, by the time I got done, I used them all. I don't have any more tape again, so I just placed an order again for some more tape, because I do like using tape sometimes, but I really do like the glue because I know the cards won't come apart unless it's really humid for some odd reason. But even then, I think the glue sticks so much better. Oh, I forgot to bring baby wipes. I got glue on me because I smushed that too hard. Ugh. So by the time I got done, you haven't had time to, oh, that's a bummer. So, okay, so this card, you're going to put your fold on the right, but this will fit right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. So if you don't like using glue, maybe use your tear and tape or Seal Plus, but this can kind of go right in the center, kind of center it nice. Okay, and then I have a inside 4 by 3, and then this will go on here, which is 4 by 3, the designer paper. So you could take and change this all around and use your trees on here and your green paper on the other 2 things. This is front to back, so using the same designer paper. Okay, so on the inside it says, hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that before I put that down. And I am using the I think I used a pretty peacock for this, for a little bit darker. Okay, oops. All right. Okay, so we got that, and then I wanted to use a thinner piece because I had cut this out with the stylish shapes, so I wanted a thinner piece. So I just have a white, and what I'm going to be using is oh goodness, if I can find it, my punch. What did I do? Oh, here, the little banner punch. So I'm going to be using that. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this Happy Holidays, and I did one side already, but you can just go ahead and oh, I did one side, but I didn't do a very good job, did I? Okay, let's just flip that over and see if I can get this a little more even. There we go. That's not too bad. So that was done in the pretty peacock. And then what I did here to get the other banner is I had cut this off, and you want to leave a little room so you can see. But I flipped this over. Let me get the right side that I want. And I put this in here until I can see the words, and then I just pull it back. Let's see. Just want to make sure it's centered. And if it's not, you got a little wiggle room, okay? All right, so I think that's good. Let me see if it fits on here. Pretty good. If not, I'll have to get one side a little shorter. And you can just use your scissors to do the banner punch. Yeah, I got to get this side a little shorter. Okay, because it's just a little bit too long. All right, I think that should be good. Yep, I just kind of wanted it to fit in there nice. Okay, so we got that. So we can go ahead and glue this on the inside. I actually went to a craft fair, and I got a couple, oh, yeah, Donna, I know. The shipping, well, when they had that special, the sale, they got so far behind on their orders again. It was like 4 to 9 days before they would even pick it, and then another week almost to ship it. So it was kind of crazy, but I think after today, I want to say they were saying that they're all caught up with the orders from that good deal that they had, the seasonal sale. So hopefully it will get better, but I know I placed an order. I hate to say I paid for 2 days shipping, but I need to make sure I get that order here for my class. So it's like, but just so you guys know, I think for Christmas, if you want your stuff for Christmas, December 8th is the cutoff date. Oh, you know what? I trimmed some of this. I trimmed this off the bottom. So I just did some of these cutouts that come with the that stamp set. Let's see, this is for the berries, and then I did some of these little greenery, whatever, berries, I'm not sure, but I did a bunch of them. And what I did is I cut them a little bit shorter because they're a little too long to go on there. So I just took off a little bit. And then, so yeah, with the shipping, if you want to be, I guess, I don't want to say guaranteed before Christmas, but definitely make sure you get your orders in. And we can't order from the catalog till December 5th, so that's going to be kind of crazy, I think. Let's see, I got a little too much here, so I'm just going to spread it around. Okay, so I'm going to put in my berries right away. And I did not pop any of that up because I'm popping up the sentiment, so kind of wanted that one a little bit lower. There we go. So what I did with this is I had popped all this up. I wanted it to look really nice. Oh, I think get the right side here. It's the only thing when you stamp on both sides. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one's better. I'm going to put my cap on my glue. Okay. I don't know, my last order wasn't too bad when it came. Oh gosh, I put that on the wrong side. But the one before that is like one of my classes. Oh my God, it took like forever. And then I was so late sending out everything. But you kind of get tired of paying for 2-day shipping too. That's expensive. But okay. So we got, this is going to go right on here. Okay, and then I just added, with a glue dot, my twine. I did a little double twine with the white, or a little double bow with the white twine. I don't think I got this on straight. Oof, oof, I ripped my paper. Shouldn't have probably done that, right? And you can't really tell, so that's good. All right, so I just like how that looks. I kind of keep that up a little bit, and then I'm going to add some gems to it. Now this one I am going to use little green gems. I think those are pretty. Okay, we'll do there. And what color that is. Oops. That one's sticking to me. Alright, do I put that there? I might put that. You know what? Let's do that one down there. Okay. Alright. Isn't it pretty? I just really am pleased with this card. I think I like the colors too. That's why, I don't know. I like it. So, but hopefully you guys do too. And this is a fun card because, you know, I like my cards to kind of stand up. And you could add a gift card either here or here. And it would be nice. And by the way, let's see where they are. These little, I'm going to be using this in our next project, but these little gift card envelopes, they actually got where you can kind of, they got like a little closure thing in there. I gotta get that out, I guess. So when you close it like that, but you easily could add that in here or here. So wouldn't that be nice? And then you could do two for, or not, you don't really need to do to from on this one because you can write your name in there, but I think that would be really cute. Or you could do it here. So either one, but these are really nice. I think they're overlooked in the catalog myself, but okay. So there's project number 2. Alrighty. And then, let's see. This is the one that I did, like I said, after I used that paper, I love this paper, but then I added this, and I'm thinking, oh, that's like really too much. So, and then I also punched a hole in the thing, and I was supposed to staple that because, as you remember, I had done this one too. And see, that's with that paper, and isn't that cool? But I'm going to show you kind of how to do that again, because you can always use the gift tags. And then what I did is I put this here, but I think I might try to staple a piece of this onto there. But you could do your to and from and your little envelope back here. So we're going to change this a little bit, okay? Try to make it better. Always can make things better. All right, so I started with 3.5 by 6, did a little bit smaller. I don't know if I did 3 1/8, or not 3 1/8, 3 3/8. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, I think I did just the 1/8 of a. Okay. And then this designer paper is probably 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. So if you didn't want it as busy, you could use this side too, because this is really cool. Okay, but I did a little less pattern in there. And honestly, you really would hardly have to add anything to this, okay? So let me see what I can do here. I'm going to take some of this and let's see, I really like how I did this one. You know what, and I have, you know, I might do something different here. Might use my silver. This is why I got this out. The silver twine. I don't have any more of my silver ribbon left. I had used absolutely all of it. So we're going to, this is brand new. See if I can even find the end on it. Oof. If not, we're going to make one. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're going to just make one. Ah, here. Here we go. Sometimes those are little stinkers. Okay, instead of using white, I am going to use this. And I'm also going to use it with this. So I got a couple different ribbons here. All right, so, but then I'm going to do, well, I just fold this in half, okay? And I'm just going to see how this looks. I don't know if I got enough fingers to hold everything. I just want to kind of pinch this. But what I wanted to do, okay, we're going to pinch this, but I wanted to get another one and just try to staple this as your little loop to hang on the tree. Now we'll see. Got enough fingers to hold all this, right? These little things are so, we just want to give away. So let's see here. I can get that on there and staple this. Oh, I don't know. You know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to add a glue dot because I can't keep it together. It wants to keep separating. But I really want to get that stapled on there. So I want that to be my little holder thing. Oops. But I want it on the back. Okay. I don't know, my glue dot's big enough. I think so. All right, so now I can take all of these again. Kind of line them up. And you can use whatever ribbons you want. I think the hardest thing is this little tiny thing, so, all right. So we're going to put that down there. And when you do it with the stapler, instead of like the hole punch thing, it holds it much flatter there. I like that. Let's see. Don't want to cut that one because that's for a loop to hang on the tree. Sorry, I should have had these cut ahead of time. Okay, I think that is good, just this one. Okay, so see how I did that? So this will hang from your Christmas tree. Okay. Oh, and then you know what? I don't know if I want to do a black one. For some reason, this white one, I don't know, maybe I'll do the white. It doesn't like really pop, I don't think, but okay. The ribbon is the hardest part on this. You know what? We're going to try both of these. I'm going to take and just quickly tie this. You want a kind of a nice bigger bow. So this ribbon's hard to pull back. But let's see. I think that'll be okay. All right. So there's that one, and let me try the one with the gingham. And then you can tell me. Sorry, I should have had these all cut and tried it beforehand. Sometimes it's fun to play and just try different things too and get another opinion. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I definitely think I like this better. This one kind of gets a little washed out. So let's do the gingham, okay? And I'm just going to trim this a tad bit short. So what I'm going to do is add my glue dot here. Right on there. Kind of to cover the staple. Let's see, I'm going to add another one because you know what? Okay. I think I didn't get it on the staple, but all right. There, I like that. Okay, so we're good there. So on here, I cut this with the designer paper with the the stitch dies, and I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight. And this is out of the designer paper, okay? Just gives it a little different look. Winter Wishes, so we're good there. And then I got this little tag. So let me see if I even need to add a whole lot. I don't know if I thought that that was too much. And then the other thought is, but then I don't like how this looks. You could actually kind of put this on here if you really wanted to on the front, but then it covers everything up. So I think I like it better on the back, but let me see if I'm going to want to add any of this. I'm just going to, what I may do is add this, but not glue a lot of this down. Let me just close this. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me show you. I'm just going to add a little glue on the bottom here, and I'm just going to take and add this. I kind of want that, I like how that was like just a little looser. Maybe that's what I didn't like about it being so tacked down. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And if you have to add a little glue just down here, oops, so it doesn't flop up quite so much, what I'm going to do is just add a little bit there. Okay. I'm going to have to make sure that my thing goes over here. So I'm going to just, let's see, I'm going to add a little glue here. And I'm just going to glue this right down here. I got a touch of glue on that leaf, but I don't think that's going to matter. So if that bothers you, just tack some of that down, and I probably will here in a minute. That kind of needed to stay down. So, and then this I'm going to pop up with my dimensionals, if I can find them. Oh gosh, I got such a mess here. Let's see, what did I do with them right here? That's what happens by the third project, is we kind of lose everything, right? So I hope you guys like this. I like this one a lot better than the other paper, because I think that was just, like I said, a little too busy. This one's a little more simpler, or it looks like it, but I'm going to add these kind of like the glitter. Let's see, I don't know if that one's got they're more the clear. Oh, I really like how this turned out. Okay. Let's see. I want to do that there. Sometimes when you put these down, I think I'm going to just go up there. So what I'm going to do now is just tack this down a hair, because I kind of like that it's a little looser on top and kind of flipping up, but not too much. I don't know if I'm getting glue. It's like I don't want to squeeze too hard, because then I'll get too much glue, which hopefully I don't there. Okay, I think we got enough there. So I just got to hold that down. But this way then it looks like it's a little more realistic with the branches. Okay, so now what I did, I'm much happier with that. I like that a lot. And then I really like this idea too, to hang it from the tree. So what we're going to do now is, I'm not even sure I'm going to stamp this. You can if you want. Oops, I got ink all over. But what I think I'm going to do is do the to and from, and then we will put that down. So let me see. I'm using the Misty Moonlight. And I just think I'm going to put to and from right there. And I'm going to glue that down. Sometimes when you take and do stuff like the second, third time, you kind of come up with different ideas. And I think with this, I kind of did it, I don't know, I think it was last night I put it together. But then I got thinking, I thought, oh, I don't know, I don't really like how that's laying. And so I think this is a much better version of what I was trying to do. Okay, so, and you know what, I'm just going to put it right on there, just straight. And then you can slip the little gift card or the little money holder on there, open it up, and they're good. Okay, so yep, I'm happy with this one. I hope you guys are too. I hope you like it much better. So this, just the paper was a little bit too busy. So, okay. All right. These are our 3 projects. So I hope you enjoyed them today, and hopefully it'll inspire you to kind of still do some more cards. So I'm just going to put that right over there. And so tell me, which one do you like the best? Is there a favorite that you like, or? Okay. And then definitely I like the blue one better too. So, okay. But, so yeah, this one's hard to beat, but I did embossing, but I still really like this, and I like the idea of it hanging from the tree, because I think if you got a bunch of teenagers or adults, this is a perfect way to give them, whatever, money, the gift card. So, okay. Have a great weekend, and I will see you hopefully next Wednesday. So, all right. Thank you. Bye-bye.